I have a cat hair on me somewhere. The cat has hair on me. Little cat. Hi friends, I'm MT Lynx and welcome back to Narrative Building Blocks Behind the Page, where we tear open the tropes, archetypes and themes that make stories tick. And today's topic, it's the reluctant hero. You've seen him, you've probably written them, but maybe you've also asked, isn't this trope kind of overdone? And in today's discussion vlog, we're going to dig deeper into why reluctant heroes still connect with emotional needs and they fill them and how to write them well. And most importantly, when the trope breaks down completely. So let's talk about it. First of all, who is the reluctant hero? The reluctant hero is a character who doesn't want the call. They're not chasing glory. They don't storm into battle. They hesitate. They resist, but ultimately they do go. And here's some examples. Frodo, Baggins, Luke Skywalker, Moana, Katniss, even Bilbo. Reluctant heroes often begin with fear and doubt or disinterest, and that makes them very relatable. But because most of us don't run into fire either, we pause. We question. We need a good reason before we're going to risk our skin. And we love reluctant heroes psychologically because that embodies what's called transitional identity projection. We don't necessarily identify with the superhero who wants to save the world. We identify with the person who doesn't feel ready, but they choose courage anyway. Think Link from Zelda. This trope lets readers feel seen in their anxiety, fear, or resistance. When the reluctant hero finally accepts the call, it tells us that maybe we can, too. All right, let's talk about when it works. Some examples that really nail it. This trope really sings when it's paired with internal growth. Example, Katniss isn't reluctant because she's passive. She's protecting her sister. Frodo doesn't want the ring, but he learns to carry the burden anyway, because he has to. Personal example, in Project Agosha Call of the Catelli, Maddow doesn't feel that he has earned the right to lead. He doesn't feel like he deserves it. But when the Cotelli face off against the Cathedra and the ultimate betrayals happen, he pulls forward and chooses to make the sacrifice to lead anyway, and to bring the relic into the Temple of the Sages. What's the key here? Motivation. A reluctant hero isn't a passive one. They must want something else deeply and sacrifice it to answer the call. Would you answer the call of the Catelli? Just kidding. All right, some examples of when it fails. If you've got passive protagonists, here's where the trope breaks. The character never transforms. If they spend the whole story being pushed by others and doing nothing of their own will, this reluctance becomes stagnation, and readers will lose patience with that. You can't skip the turning point, even when the most unwilling hero must eventually say, I may not want this, but I choose it. Without that, it's not a character arc, it's a narrative void. So, for your writer's toolbox, give them a deep and believable resistance, trauma, loss, responsibility fatigue. That's a great one because God darn it, all of us get tired of everything being on our plates sometimes. But give them a better offer. What are you giving up by saying yes? Push them until they crack. Force a moment of no return where staying out causes more pain than stepping in. And let them transform. Don't keep them reluctant forever. Reward their choice with new strength and new identity. All right. This one I've heard a couple of times. So does this character mean anything still even in 2025? Some people say the reluctant hero is really played out. But the truth is, in a world overloaded with choice and burnout, the idea of someone stepping up despite their fear still resonates. Because really, we're all reluctant heroes in our own way. We all want to run away, sometimes. But sometimes we stay. We fight. We love. And we change. And that is why that trope still matters. It still resonates even to this day. And sometimes I think we need it more than ever. So, if you've ever felt like a reluctant hero or written a really good one, drop a comment, tell me who it is, and tell me your favourite version of this trope, or where it's gone terribly wrong. Thanks for joining me between the pages here. I'm MT Lynx, and this was a narrative building block vlog. Next week we're going to dive into something really new. But for now, stay brave, stay reluctant, but keep writing. And now you know.